Meenakashi Ghadial is a visual artist who creates paintings that explore the themes of marriage, love, intimacy, grief, and sexuality that are drawn from her personal experiences navigating her queer identity as a second-generation immigrant. She is currently the artist in residence at the Tett Center for Creativity and Learning. Welcome, Meenakashi. It's nice to have you on the show. You are the Tett Center artist in residence. What does that mean?
So the artist in residence, there are 4 of us that have been chosen for this year. So I'm the second artist in residence at the Tett. And what that means is I'm given a studio space that I am using to create a body of work or kind of just continue my practice. So I'm a painter, so I'm using the space to create more oil paintings. And throughout this time, I'm also engaging with the community at the Tett Center. So I'm doing a series of community engagement activities throughout the 3 months of my residency. So I'm doing it from April to June. So this is my last month of the residency. So I've done a lot of painting up till now. But my main priority is to kind of just utilize the space that was given to me, create artwork, and engage with the community all at the same time.
So you mentioned you're coming up to the end of your residency. Is there anything coming up before you leave that you are looking forward to doing?
On June 20th, which is a Thursday, there will be a turmeric printing workshop happening. So essentially, I don't know if you're familiar or if people watching are familiar with the cyanotype process. So it is a printing process that utilizes the sun to print images. So essentially you get some sort of chemical and you kind of lay it on top of a piece of paper, and then you put a positive image or a negative image on top of that, and then you lay it out in the sun, and over a certain period of time that image develops. And so it's a natural way of printmaking and engaging with nature. And so I'm going to be doing that process using turmeric. So you can use a variety of dyes to do this process, but I'm using turmeric as it relates to my culture and my identity. And so I'll be teaching this process to a group of people. I believe there are 8 participants already, so it is filling up, and it'll be sort of an indoor and outdoor activity where everyone will walk home with the print that they've made and also learn a new printing process.
What type of artist would you describe yourself as?
I would describe myself as a visual artist, mainly a painter. So far in my career, I've focused on establishing my oil painting abilities. And so I've focused a lot on representational art. And so I am a figurative oil painter. I paint a lot of kind of human bodies and a lot of portraits as well. So I've gotten a lot I feel like I've become kind of an expert in this craft, and so I feel very comfortable in my abilities to paint the human form and paint kind of representational objects using oil paint. However, I'm trying to stray away from traditional methods of oil painting and paint on different materials that are not canvas, like wood and metal. So metal is a large part of my practice, and painting on that is completely different from canvas, since canvas is so absorbent and metal is basically resistant to the paint. So I'm challenging the ways that painting exists as a medium and as a painter, as an artist.
What other benefits of being part of the Tett Center?
I am meeting other artists. So I'm in the Creativity Studios, which is on the 2nd floor of the Tett Center, all the way at the back end of the hallway. And folks are able to visit and see the different studio spaces that the artists take up. So it's a community hub sort of artists. So I've been able to make some connections there. Also, just the building itself, I've been able to work with Modern Fuel upstairs, which is on the 3rd floor. And I actually did my first residency there last August. And from that, I've created a group of people that have become my really close friends, Tessa, Gabe, and Colton. We were all in the residency together last year. And they have since been part of my journey at the Tett now, they come and see what I'm up to. So I've created a really natural community within the entire building, and it's been a really rich experience.
How important is that community connection right now while you're in Kingston?
I would say it's really important to me. I am a student in Kingston, so I go to Queen's University, and I'm in a dual degree program. So I'm in the concurrent education program, and a lot of my friends have since graduated. A lot of them had 4-year programs. So in this 5th year, I rely on that community for friendship as well. So they're not just, my acquaintances, but they're also my friends. Yeah.
So what themes are you exploring in your artwork? Tell me the story.
So a main part of my artistic identity is that I'm queer. So I would say I identify as queer. That's probably the term I'm most comfortable with, but I've known since I was 11. So it's been something that I've kind of had to deal with, the obstacles that came with that. And so within my work, I hope to represent my experience as a queer person of color. So I'm South Asian and Punjabi, and my family is of Sikh religion. I'm not super religious. I'm, figuring that part of myself out, but it's been very difficult for my queer identity and that culture and religion to coexist peacefully. And so within my work, I kind of challenge the traditions and cultures that exist within my family experience and try to represent, this kind of experience that I've had being a child of immigrants. So my parents immigrated the year before I was born. And so it's a huge difference in what their life looked like growing up and what my life looked like growing up. And so within my work, I paint what I know. So I'm very based in reality. I haven't went into the fantastical yet in my work. It's very grounded in my experiences. And so it's autobiographical in a sense. And in that way, it's not the most, I would say, like commercial work. It's quite personal, but I'm hoping that through the kind of vulnerability of my work, I can show people that, maybe they find some relatability. Some other queer people who are struggling with their identity and their family can see the work and see themselves in it, because it's often really sheltered and closeted. So that's kind of what my work deals with.
Going back to working at the Tett Center, have you achieved everything that you've wanted to in the short time that you've been at the Tett Center?
I would say that artists are always really ambitious in their plans for what they want to achieve. I don't think I've achieved exactly what I wanted to, but I've had a long, painting career here in Kingston. And so this is kind of my big kind of ending, I would say. So I'm really grateful to have this space. I have a huge painting that I'm working on, and you can come to the Tett and kind of peek. If I'm not in the studio, you can peek into the window and you can see it in the Creativity Studio's 2nd floor, back end of the hallway. I'm working on this giant painting of my grandmother right now. It's 10 feet tall. And so that is a huge work that I hope to complete, and that in itself is a big accomplishment to me. And so if I'm able to, get that to a place I'm happy with by the end of the month, then I feel like I've accomplished what I need to.
So after this experience, what are you looking forward to?
So these are my last few months in Kingston. I will be moving to the UK, so I'm going to London, so it's a big move. I have secured a teaching job there, so I'll be supply teaching for the first time, so professionally getting into my field. So I'm supply teaching in high school, but I hope to insert myself into the arts community there, kind of going from a small town like Kingston, or a city, to, a big city. I'm moving to London, England, right in the heart of the city. So it'll be expensive and it'll be different, but it'll be really, really rich and a good challenge. And so I've grown very comfortable in Kingston, and so I hope to kind of challenge myself in different ways now.
Well, best of luck to the move and to the final days at the Tett Center.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.